such case from any of your previous roles. We all have, but share us with yours. Okay, very great question. So unfortunately for me, I've put myself in that driving seat.
Okay, you said the woman's number. Let me talk to the woman. Let's find that first. I mean, there's no harm.
So for me, I've been fortunate. I haven't been fired from any role. Most of the roles I've left because I haven't been challenged. And in some cases, I've left because I'm looking for that new challenge. So I've been fortunate in that case that I haven't reached to that. But if it does happen, definitely more than happy to share with you, but so far not yet. So please, how many years of experience did you use to get your first job? Believe it or not, I put 6 months. And you can ask and say, okay, is that enough? Yes, it's enough. Reason being, the way the markets have gone now, they look at what you bring to the table, then how many years. So we have people in technology who have 5, 10 years, but they cannot deliver the modern technologies because they're still working on the legacy or the old ways of working. So nowadays, there's things called Microsoft Power Platform. I don't know if you ever heard of it. It's something which you can create an application without being a developer, and you can create an app within 1 hour without any experience. So they look and see, okay, can you do those kind of things? If you can, fantastic stuff, come and join us. So it's one of those things where technology and the industry itself is moving at a rapid pace. So they kind of look at those experiences. So there is one young man I met 2 weeks ago at a conference. This young man, he's 17 years old. He just finished college and he's now a junior consultant doing Power Platform. So again, it wasn't because of how many years he's got experience, but it was what he was able to bring to the table. So as a solution designer, do you do some sort of cloud computing work as well? So great question, Jordan. So as a solution designer, my role, I'm more or less just under a solution architect. So my role here is looking at what the business requires. And once I understand what the business requires, I'll then document that requirement in terms of the business requirement, and then have a design of what I want a developer to do. So in this case, I'm not telling a developer exactly what I want the solution to look like. So if the developer decides to use JavaScript, C#, HTML, whichever code they want to use, it's up to them, but I've documented to say, I want to ensure whatever code is used there, it does not impact performance. And I also look at the security side of things to ensure security is in place, and also the impact of the existing solution. So in terms of cloud computing, yes, there are elements of Microsoft Azure which I look at. There are elements of Azure Synapse Link, which I work with, Power BI, and then also Dynamics Software as a Service. I also look at that. What type of experience did you put down on your first CV to get your first job? So my first experience here is my first job. I put a functional support consultant. Believe it or not, that's what I put on my CV, functional support consultant, because most of it as a functional support consultant in Dynamics world, it can be a first line person, which is an entry point. So that is what was on my CV. What is the difference between a solution designer and a business analyst? Very good question here. So in most cases, in Dynamics, we rarely call them business analysts nowadays. We mostly call them functional consultants. So what the business analyst will do in most cases, they'll capture the requirement, either create stories in DevOps or Jira, whichever tool you have. And then a solution architect looks at them and then creates documentation on how they want the solution to look like. So the key difference here is the business analyst does not dictate the solution. The solution designer dictates how they want the solution to look like and how they want the technical setup to be done. But in most cases nowadays, for things like Dynamics, Power Platform, they expect a business analyst to have foundational knowledge of the product. As much as they have the skill to do analysis, they expect you to have foundational. So this is not just Microsoft, it's almost every other vendor, AWS, Google Cloud, any other platform you can mention. How do you answer a question around, tell us about yourself? Why do you think we should hire you? This is a very good question, Rahim. So this question here, in most cases, is the question you give an answer to and you get the job. So what is important here, it's you look at the job description. What is it you know from the job description? What is it you have done from the job description? What example is it you have from that job description? So when you start talking about yourself, you need to make sure this is more or less an opportunity for you to showcase how amazing you are. So you start telling them the great things about yourself, things you've done. In some cases, don't start straight away about going about either business analysis or testing. Start talking about them, how you love football. Start talking to them how religious you are. Start talking to them how you love your family. Start talking to them how you like drawing or painting, how you like going for a walk. Some cases, if you like golf, you like golf. In most cases, what this does, it settles the nerves, because in some cases, there might be something they like. So one of the trick here, what is important, is when you get the interview, go and look at the person interviewing you. Try and understand exactly what are their interests. And then in some cases, you can try and align yourself to them. That way you connect already. And then what do you think we should hire you? So again, you start talking about how focused you are on keeping up to date with either tech or delivering solutions which bring business value. So that's what they want to know. So in most cases, you're not just saying these things, you're kind of tailoring it to what they're looking for. And one of the tricks, which is also very useful, if it's a phone call interview, do that interview while you're standing up. Do not sit down. Reason why, if you're standing up, there is enough blood flow in your body. While you're sitting, the blood flow is not fluent. So in most cases, if you happen to hit a block, the blood starts flowing, the pressure goes to the head, and you don't think quickly. But if you are standing up, the flow is consistent. So even if you don't know what you need to say, I can tell you, you will come up with something. That's just how it is. What skills do you need to learn as a solution architect? Okay, another good question. So in here, the most important thing, especially from my own case, is to understand the product. What does the product do? What can it achieve? Looking at security, because here in terms of security, as a solution architect, you are responsible for that. Making sure there is enough ALM and governance process. So when I mean ALM, you're talking about application lifecycle management processes in place. As a solution architect, it's your responsibility to make sure that is there. Data modeling, to make sure the data model fits what the organization is looking to achieve. So whatever a business analyst or what the business needs, you have the overall feature to it. So in terms of that, it's important to understand all those areas. So this is where the business analyst skill comes into it, because you understand business analysis, it helps you to open your eyes a bit more and trying to think, okay, we can do things here, we can do things there. So again, as a solution architect, you're also more or less the brain. When people ask you a question, you can instantly say, oh no, we can't do that, or we can do it this way. And if a developer tells you it's going to take 4 hours and you clearly know it takes 30 minutes, you tell them, no, it doesn't take that long. We're going to do it this way. So because of your understanding of the product. So how many interviews did you do before you get your first role? So I did 8 interviews before my first role. And this was over a few weeks, but I just kept going. So I was just thinking, okay, it doesn't matter whether I get the job or not. I'm just going to keep going. At some point, it's going to come. So again, for the same thing for you, it shouldn't be 7, 8. No, you should be at a point whereby you do 1, 2, you do a reflection. The third one should be a hat trick. You get the job, end of story. For me, it took so many because I didn't have enough support systems like Blue Sky offers here. So thank you so much for coming. You have really encouraged me. Thank you so much. No, not a problem. I'm so happy myself. For me, it makes me so happy when I see everyone on this platform, on this journey, trying to achieve it. And I can tell you, it is 100% possible. If anyone tells you it's not possible, please do tell them it's not possible because they cannot do it. There's no one who's done it who will tell you it's not possible. It's that one who hasn't done it who will tell you it's impossible.
Hi, good evening, Alex. This is Roland. Thank you for a wonderful presentation.
Good evening.
I wanted you to talk more, if you're allowed, to talk more about your Power Platform Africa, because I've just gone on to search for your Power Africa, and another platform came up, and I realized that yours is actually Power Platform African Community, but yours is just on Facebook. If you can just share some light on what that's about.
Yeah,
and then how we can join that.
Okay, perfect. So Power Platform Africa, it is on Facebook. It is also on LinkedIn. It is also on Twitter. The only problem on Twitter, you can only join by invite. So what Power Platform Africa is, it is a platform which helps people understand how to get into Dynamics 365 and Power Platform. So I give these people these tools, support their learning journey. And for those who are based in the UK and the United States, if I realize the potential you have, I recommend you to a school which would then help you to go into a job. So this school is called Power Platform School. So I'm also one of the founders of that Power Platform School. So you then basically have an interview, you get 8 weeks intense training, and then afterwards you get the opportunity to speak directly with the hiring companies. And then if you're successful, you get a job for yourself from there.
Thank you. And do you guys do stuff in Africa? Like, I noticed that there's stuff on digital transformation on your site.
So in Africa, yes, it's more project work and also a bit of teaching. The only challenge we have in Africa is to get organizations to hire the people, because the goal for us is to make sure people get into employment. I try to avoid just to teach someone and say, okay, they have a skill. I want to see someone into a job. So we have one young lady in the UK. She originally came from Nigeria, and I came across her, I think 2 years ago. And she says to me, I want to do this. So I gave her the material to learn. And I can tell you after 4 weeks, I don't know how she did it. She managed to get into the job, and she worked for the Metropolitan Police in London. So for anyone who might want to hear her story, more than help, I can connect you on LinkedIn. You can talk to her and ask her how she done it. But again, the key thing here, it's the willingness to wanting to do it.
Okay, I'm going to connect with you on LinkedIn. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Happy to connect.
All right, cheers.
So we have another question from Della here. How many years experience do you have in technology sector now, please? And what is your advice on switching from any sector into IT? So in terms of years, I started in 2015. So I think this year makes it 7 years. So in terms of career switching, one thing I can tell you is it can be scary because you're thinking, am I going to retain the job? You're thinking, what's going to happen? Is it going to work out? I do apologize if I offend anyone, but most of us believe in God. It might be we believe in Allah. It might be we believe in some form of something we worship. If we have that belief that those things give us blessings, or we get the life from Jesus or from the Almighty God, there's no reason why you should believe that it's impossible. I'm a firm believer myself. I'm also I'm a Christian myself. If you believe that it is there, I'll say go ahead and do it. I can tell you when I switched career, I had a young daughter at the point who was 8 months old, but I just said, you know what? If it's meant to be for me, and if those people are doing it, I'm going to do it too. So it's very, very important for you to say you want to do it. In some cases, one of the things I also heard from one of my colleagues I was working with at the train company, this guy says to me, don't bother going into IT. It's for white people. So again, it's one of the things I've heard so many times now in the past few years. But again, the key thing here is how you bring that skill together. So for me, if you look at an example of Deji here, Deji has been in tech for so many years. He's worked at any of the huge companies you can think about. But again, it's not that he's white, but he just gives everything he can to the cause. He brings all the expertise he can. So it's exactly the same thing for me and you. Go out there and say, you know what, I'm going to deliver. I'm going to do it. And no one can take it away from you. So I can tell you from my own experience, my parents, I love them so much, but they told me not to do IT because it's not going to work out, because again, they had the same assumption that it's mainly for white people. But again, it's about you driving to do it. So again, the negativity might come from either your work colleagues, from even relatives or friends. But once you're focused on it, just think the best of it. Don't think any negativity. That's just how you can achieve it. How did you get your first experience to apply for your first role? So my first role here, like I said earlier, I put 6 months on my CV, but what was important for me here, it's the self-reflection. But in the self-reflection, in some cases, I was telling myself amazing things which were not there. I was telling myself really wrong things, telling myself I'm doing well. So I can tell you, one of the interviews I went to Southampton, I went there for a database manager. Even though my CV didn't mention anything about database manager, I was sent to the wrong interview. I got there and I just started talking. And when they started talking to me about scripts, I didn't have a clue. So I just told them, look, I don't know that. So again, the conversation ended up laughing. But again, once you have, for example, the foundation you're building here at Blue Sky, you should be in a position, especially there is a Slack group, and at the same time, there's lots of amazing colleague people I can see here. Speak to each other. Speak to each other. Okay, what is your understanding on this? Where do you see this going? And at the same time, we're all doing this training to get into work, right? So have a look at jobs available online and then understand what is it that is required. If someone says, speak about it, what is it I'm gonna speak about? What is it I'm gonna say? So don't just sit here and say, okay, yeah, Blue Sky, great. They're gonna give us all the experience. They're gonna teach us. Also look, what is it you want to do? The same way, for some of you who have mortgages, you don't just end up having a house. You go and do some viewings, even though you're saving your money on the side, you go and view the house and say, okay, no, I don't quite like this. You go to another one. Then in that whole process, you get finally say, okay, this is it, I'm gonna go for it. So at this moment in time, with Blue Sky, it's your savings. It's also the time for you to look at these jobs. And then afterward, just go and get it and say, okay, yeah, this is the one I want. And once you have it, don't become what I call part of the furniture. Always keep looking for more. That's the reason why I said earlier, when someone asked me if I've been fired, is because I drive the job myself. So every single time I've gone for a contract, it starts with 3 months. And I decide if I want to make it 3 months or even a year. I decide if I want after 3 months to leave. So it's one of those things. So I can tell you during the pandemic, I ended up finding myself with about 4 different contract jobs. Then eventually, yeah, I started becoming a bit of a mad person. So I kind of started dropping them. Okay, yeah, I'm not interested in this. These people are talking too much. It's one of those things, it's a weakness I need to work on. So yeah, started saying, okay, yeah, not interested. I'm gonna go to another one. I always recommend, always put yourself in that position, not a position to say, oh, the company will do this for me. If it comes to self-studying, go out there and look for it. There's lots of things available online now for free, which you don't even need to pay for in terms of reading material. So always go and look at those things and empower yourself. Don't wait for the opportunity to go look for work. Make the work come to look for you. Is there any other questions or anything else from anyone? Please feel free to ask. I'm here to help answer anything I can.
On a lighter note, how do I get you to pay for my dinner or lunch, please?
Well, one thing I can tell you, if you go to an interview, be the best you can, get the job, and tell you he will get it for you in a 5-star place in Central London.
No, I said, how is he going to pay for my lunch? How do I get him to pay for my lunch or dinner?
Just like I said to you, go get that first job and he will.
Then he'll pay. He will. Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, it's only for people that work with me. All right. Thank you so much, Alex. To be honest, you've been inspirational, to be honest. So, and yeah, like Alex said, we met a while ago. It's been almost a decade now, actually. So, and so that's another thing, you know, Alex is a doer, right? And a go-getter. And some of us are also the same thing, the same as well. So once we set out to do something, you just go and get it. And I thought that Alex is one of the persons that you need to speak to. So another thing, Alex, if you can send the WhatsApp group for the Power Platform, which is another great thing actually, that if you can send it on this platform, on this chat also, so that anyone
give me 1 second, I'll send that now.
Yeah, so please do join that. So Power Platform, it's really, really great. It's not only for people in Africa, like he said also, if you're in the UK, no matter what your roles are, also it's really, really good for you to have that experience. And low code, no code is the in thing now. Everybody is doing it, and if Microsoft is doing it, you know, that is it anyway. So it's really, really good to have that experience. You don't need to have any knowledge of IT at all, or coding or development. You can do it anytime. So, but the only issue is, like, I think, Alex, they've got limited number. So you need to follow the WhatsApp group. And once the link is sent, you need to kind of quickly subscribe to that and get that done. So yeah. So, and also on that platform, they also offer some vouchers as well, Microsoft vouchers, so that you can grab for free and get some certification for free. So, and yeah, so, and to be honest, it's been awesome. So I will also reshare Alex LinkedIn profile. So please do follow him as well on LinkedIn, and you can reach him. One thing I know, Alex is sold out to helping people actually. So that it's in him actually. So he can be there like forever. So it's good to have him on this platform. Thank you so much, Alex. On behalf of Blue Sky, I want to say thank you. Unfortunately, I don't have lunch to give to you now.
So just one more thing as well. I'm also working with Microsoft. So there is now a program for career switchers. It's a free program from Microsoft. And you can see one of our students, Leanne Powell, on this website. So this website is self-learning. They give you the exams there for you. So we're still working on mechanisms, how we can translate the skills people have into work. So if you keep looking at the program, you start seeing some of the cool free things Microsoft are now providing as well. So I've shared the link in the chat window.
So that is brilliant. So please do follow Alex, and also Alex and Dan are going to be involved in dynamics training. So Alex is a busy person. So hopefully by this time around, I will drag him into Blue Sky to commit to internship for dynamics. It's been difficult to get him to commit, but I think this guy can help me to beg you.
Yeah, no, I did have a conversation with one of the young lovely ladies earlier. I just need to move things a bit more into the schedule. So I can tell you today I haven't finished from my office. I've been here since 9 o'clock. So I've had meetings at 6 o'clock, then 9 o'clock. So I had to come here, but I'll fix my schedule. If you give me about 2 weeks, I'll have definitely a day every week where I can have a module for dynamics. Then we can go from there.
Okay, cool. That is a promise, right? And it's recorded.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'll definitely make a plan. In the next 2 weeks, I'll give you a date next week to plan the week after. Then we can carry on with some schedules for dynamics.
Okay, all right. Someone has got
the only thing with dynamics, everyone, for those interested in dynamics, it won't be me just talking. I will actually be doing things. So you need to have your laptops ready, and we can actually do things, and you can actually see how you do things and how they work themselves yourself.
Yeah, technically it's going to be a workshop. So if you don't have a laptop, don't bother to join. Actually, it's good. Yeah. So okay. I think that someone is raising their hand. So if you want to
No, you've answered it already, that you got him recorded already. So he's recorded, so you can hold him. I'm the young lady, he's not young lady. This one I'm the grandma on that conversation now. Please hold him now.
Okay, so he's committed, and we got 77 times 2 eyes. He's looking at him.
Yeah, no. The definite I met in the past few weeks. It's been a bit tough with work and other activities outside work to kind of get the help out there going.
Okay, all right, cool. All right, thank you so much, Alex. Anyway, so any other question, guys? Anyone?
Any other questions? Anyone, please feel free to.
Alex, it's Ron again. I just on your website, there's some certification vouchers. Just for Power BIs or for any Microsoft? So
how many of you are on this call?
77, I think, the last time did you count it?
Okay. I'm gonna give you all a gift. You guys been amazing. I'm gonna give you a free gift. I'm gonna give you a website. You go and order a gift for yourself. They'll deliver it to your home address. Give me 1 second.
Thank you.
So
did you use me 2 lunches now?
No, that's where.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Alex. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. That's great.
Just give me 1 second. I need to give you all a link you need to use for something. Give me 1 second.
Wow, that's amazing.
So if you all go to,
it's just paying back my lunch. That's it. And it can.
So if you all go to this website, I'm just sharing here in the chat window. You guys can see the link, right?
Where's the chat?
Is it Azure Swag?
Yes, have you seen it?
Azure Swag.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
So if you go down the form, if you select anything you want from there, and then on the validation code, if you use this, if you can do this tonight, because I'm going to expire it tomorrow morning. So if you use this code as a validation code and just pick one thing you like from there, and it will be with you by Friday.
Thank you so much, Alex.
Where's the
This is
validation code?
amazing.
Where's the validation code?
Thank you.
Where's the
It's there,
validation code?
it's in the chat box.
It's in the chat window.
It's not
validation
Alex.
Yep.
Alex is not letting us pick it. I'm trying to pick the hood.
You,
It's not.
I think you have
okay.
to fill the form first.
You need to pick
All right, I got
the
you.
form. So you don't select the hoodie, just basically select from the bottom, just select one item each.
Where is the validation code? I didn't see any code.
It's in the chat.
What I'm seeing here is a link. I didn't see any code.
I'll put it in there again.
It's there, it's there.
This
It's
one there.
there. SCS.
Okay,
thanks.
SCS. Okay, SCS thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
But this is not what we want. So we want courses.
So with courses, for those who have joined the group, I'll share the links for you to join the courses and where you
Okay.
get the free exam voucher.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
What's the company name?
I just put anything you like.
Okay.
I would say for you guys, if you can put Blue Sky Citadel, that would be great. Any other questions from anyone?
Alex, thank you so much.
Not a problem. Thank you so much for making time today.
Alex,
It makes me really happy.
Alex.
Yep.
Yeah, I have a question. I just went through the Microsoft Power Platform concerning the course you said about that Leanne did. So scrolling up, I saw one place there where it was required that where the referrer, which community were you refer from, and I think is important.
Power Platform Community Africa.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, thank you.
I put your name, sorry, as a bit trigger happy. Is that okay? Do I need to redo it or?
Oh, that's fine. That's not a problem.
Okay, thank you.
Well, we've heard some strong words and some really impassioned.
Any other questions from anyone?
And yeah, just like to echo what everyone else has said. Thank you very much. I'm really happy I joined today's session. It's been very inspirational to hear your journey and your successes and your pain points, and you know that you're here now. So yeah, that's very encouraging. Thank you for sharing.
No, thank you so much for the kind words. Yeah, like I said, it's 100% achievable. You just have to go for it.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Alex. Thank you so much. So yeah, it's a pleasure to have you. And also thanks for the free gift as well. So you know, you can't pay back my lunch. but you've tried a lot. Anyway, thank you so much.
I should have ordered a bigger meal than chips.
Don't worry, I still owe you anyway. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Deji, for inviting me. Everyone, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes,
thank you. Yeah, for some of you joining the Dynamics classes in the next 2 weeks, we'll speak there.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Much. I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Is the link for the course there on the chat?
What course is that?
I'm seeing yes, PowerUp.Microsoft. Is that not the link?